going on, everyone? Are we live? Can y'all hear me? What is the deal? How's everyone doing on this fine Sunday? I hope you're doing the right thing and doing what Freak Show would want. You know, you got to keep the devil at bay. I'm just kidding. Anyways, welcome to Nooner's News, everyone. We're going to have a bunch of fun today, and honestly, got some very special guests on with us. There's a myth and a legend here, but just give me just a second. We'll be talking about a few things in the news. There's not that much going on. Bran is just, still stubbing the entire family. Entire fandom. He's not really doing that well. I think Bran's sick. He had to sit in the audience, but we'll talk about that. The Joker's very controversial, and many and more things. First off, let me introduce my co-host. Fake Aria from Braavosi Broadcast. What's the deal, yo?
Oh, I don't know. You sound so confused there. How you doing today, Johnny? It's nice to
I'm
see you.
doing pretty good. It is nice to see you as well. Thank you so much for coming on. It's going to be great. I mean, we got a bunch of weird people on this panel. One of them I'm going to say for last, but, Joanna, you don't need that much introduction as well. You're pretty infamous yourself. How you doing, Bad Mom?
I'm good. How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can. We're pretty good.
Okay, good.
Pretty good.
I'm taking you guys on a little ride now.
Oh, just do that. That's fine. That's fine. We need to see some scenery. I never get outside anyway, so that's what's up.
All right, I got sight.
A tour of the big city.
Yeah,
Yes.
it sounds like a weird country song already. Thank you so much for coming on. It's going to be pretty damn fun. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so the man, the myth, the legend, the infamous Ste Yorke. What's up, man?
Howdy.
How's it going, man?
Howdy,
You ready
partner.
to... Nah, man. That don't work for you. I'm just kidding. How's it going in the news, man? I mean, aren't you excited about all these crazy things going on and just, isn't it just enthusiastic out there?
Very, very.
Just
No, it's not. Not at all.
just a wave of positivity. That's all it is.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
We'd expect nothing less from Steve.
I appreciate you coming on, man, and this is going to be really fun. I'd like to get some of your opinions about it, all for free speech on this channel. That's all I got to say. So, with that, let's get into a little bit. And, Steve, let me get you to mute up for me, and then we will get going. I'm going to introduce, maybe read a little bit some of these articles real quick. Let's see. Okay, so basically, I guess while we're talking about Game of Thrones, we had a couple things happen. Winning awards, Bran snubbing his so-called friends on the stage. But Martin gets a little blunt about the Thrones ending. We have a little article here. But honestly, it's kind of old news. He's already said it. There's supposed to be at least 5 more seasons to put out the ending that George wanted. He's going to have 3,000 manuscript pages, he says, of it. And he basically just says, the way a TV show works, the higher ratings of certain actors make them want to put them on screen more, and we definitely saw that with Game of Thrones. They're probably some of the worst perpetrators of that. And, I don't know. That's pretty good to get into. I'll let Fake Aria go first if you want to talk about that a little bit. And then we got to bring up Steve at the end because it's going to be heavy hitting. No pressure, Steve.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that he said that there could have been 5 more seasons. I mean, I think anyone who's read the books could agree with that because there's so much of the story that they could have fleshed out and just, we would have all loved like more of Dorne and all of that. But I think we can all agree those last 2 seasons were just way too rushed. We did not get enough time to process anything that they threw at us, with the twists at the end. And, my biggest offense was that Daenerys didn't at least get like an episode for her death. I just feel like she was robbed there. So I'll never get over that. So I bet George feels definitely the same. But
I was
they
mad
should
that
have.
Danny and John didn't have makeup sex before he had to kill her. I mean, come on. Cut
Yeah,
him a break.
exactly. There's so much more they could have done with that besides him just stonewalling her. So I don't know. It's sad. It's
You're my
weird.
queen, but I will not lay with you. Joanna, I've heard around the block that you have some thoughts on season 8. I just don't know what they
Oh my
are.
God. Hate season 8. I'm gonna make a t-shirt. Hate season 8. It was like it was rushed. It was rushed and we didn't have enough time to process, like she just said. But it wasn't that's not what really got me. What really got me was all of the character development that they flushed down the toilet. Everything that we watched these people become, they suddenly weren't. And that's not how human beings work. It doesn't make sense. You can't just change the way people are, the way literature is. These things exist for a reason. You can't take Jamie was the worst of them all. Jamie spent his whole life becoming better to die a fuckboy. I don't know if I can say that, but that's what happened. That's what happened. It doesn't make sense.
You can definitely say fuckboy on this channel because I've said far more offensive things. I think that's why Steve likes me.
Good. I mean, it just it wasn't okay. And I had invested a lot of my life into this fandom, not as much as you guys have, but enough. And I was upset. I'm still upset. I can't watch it again. This is the first time I'm really openly speaking about it since it happened. It really bothered me. Really bothered me. It's not how you do it. Daenerys was devastating. Devastating. It didn't make any sense. They didn't give us a chance to understand why she would do that. So you're saying that a girl gets a little bit mad and then goes absolutely crazy? That's not realistic. That's not realistic. She goes crazy and burns everybody for no reason. Come on. It's so dumb. You guys know it's dumb too. It's dumb.
I say I predicted her turn. Not necessarily.
John
Sorry,
cut out.
I'm back.
Oh, there we go.
I think we're back. If anybody's
you now.
watching, let me know if we're not back at this moment. But
I hear you now.
as
Don't
far
do
as
that.
If everybody predicted her turn, but it was too fast. It didn't make sense. If they would have done it in 5 more seasons, maybe it would have made sense.
yeah,
Everyone's complaining about. I loved it. Every minute of it. When I was asleep. I all know that's not true. It was disgusting, wasn't it? It was one big sack of shit. It was really disgusting. It was the highlights of the 12 or 13 seasons that George wanted. That's what we got. We got highlights. It was just gross negligence of 2 jumped up fucking shill cunts that just got paid a disgusting amount of money to walk away halfway through doing the job.
Yeah.
And we all cop for it. 7, 8 years of being invested in something that was once beautiful, and we just got shat all over in the last season. But yeah, there's nothing really else to say about that. So.
Not really. What the fuck you think about Isaac Hempstead, right? Or Bran, not going up on stage to accept the award? Do you think he's smart enough to know that show's not award worthy this year? Now, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to enjoy the ride this year. I tried not to bitch too
Tyrion was
much,
meant to be the smartest person in Westeros, and he wasn't smart enough to not go up and collect an award.
Yeah, I mean, dick jokes aside, huh?
Sorry for interrupting. Carry on.
Oh no, you're good. I think I was kind of done. I wrap it up nice and tight. Aaron, anybody else got any things to add?
Well, it is interesting that.
Let me know if we're getting reverb out there. Also, keep me informed, mods.
It was weird that he didn't go up on the stage with the rest of the cast to, I don't know, what were they doing? Accepting an award or doing like a farewell kind of thing? Hodor is all I have to say about that.
Hodor. Yeah, slight reverb, so. Yeah, I guess we still got to keep muting, guys. We'll figure it out at another time. This is not going to be the only time we have these awesome people on, though. So we're going to have fun with this. And if you got any questions to ask Steve or Joanna, these are people you don't really get that much access to. You just kind of see them in the comments. And, it's a lot different when you talk to someone than it is just reading their typed out text. So,
Now,
if you got any questions.
Joanna, don't you have like a thing to tell us about? Isn't your Bad Moms starting up here really soon, like in a week? You want to tell us about it? Maybe.
I mean, someday.
Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't want to tell us.
She may have mom duties.
Maybe.
But when you jump in there, give us some Bad Moms preview, Joanna. When's that supposed to be hit?
You want to meet my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that.
She's going to get so mad. She's going to get so mad.
Hi.
YouTube. Hi, who is that? Okay, I'm going to go to
Very nice.
now. I smell the raviolis, though, guys.
I like. Well, let me say hi to the chat really quick. Hermione Granger of House Gryffindor. Is that you, Hermione? Nice to see you. Adonis, what is good? We're gonna get you on here. Worried about your damn hair. Whatever. Mackenzie L. Burns, aka Sasa, what is up? Making my thumbnails. Freaking awesome I'm being an asshole. Awesome graphic artiste. So thank you so much. Danny McKay, what is good? Pew 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 pew. I hope everybody's a non-niller. Kaboko Carlos. I'm such an asshole. What is good, man? Thank you for coming out. Katrin C, how are you doing? Katrin C, from my point of view, will be on soon. So check that. She has some really cool thoughts. We'll be talking about Sansa, whether you love her or hate her, Get your thoughts out, because it doesn't matter. Everybody's got an opinion, and you know what? Your opinion is valid, and if I'm offended by it, I don't have to read it. I can just scroll to the next one. Yep. Now, what's up, Peter Griffin? Giggity. Dark Mother, thank you so much for coming out. The Darkest Mother. Big hearts. Okay. So, I guess we'll go kind of to the next thing. Is Nikolai Coster-Waldau, like, kind of psycho? He has a Brienne doll that he just has in his living room. I feel there's something going on here. There's got to be something more to this story. We don't get much in this article we have. And, again, I'm an asshole, and I forgot to put everything in the description, so I'm going to have to do it after we get done becoming live. Go ahead. I see you want to unmute, Fake, are you? And that is Aaron. Yes, by the way. Okay.
Yes. Hi, Alba. Anyways, yes, he has a little Brienne of Tarth doll in his house, and I just think that's so cute and sweet. I mean, come on. They just have like this buddy thing going on, and it's just the cutest thing ever. So, but yeah, I don't know if you watched the video. It was like a little home tour thing that he did for, I don't know, just like a home magazine kind of thing, or whatever website, I guess. But anyways, yeah, and he's taking them through, and they have he has a little stuffy of Brienne of Tarth, and I guess a fan made it, and he was supposed to give it to her, but he didn't, because he kept
it like a creep. I told you he's creepy. Forest Blurter.
He probably snuggles it. Come on, that's cute. That's sweet.
I did read the article, but it just I kept seeing the doll, and I kind of kept freaking out. Man, that doll looks possessed. I don't know what it is about the doll. It's nice. It's cute. But I don't know. Me and dolls don't get along. I used to have a My Buddy doll when Chucky came out, when Child's Play came out. So that didn't work out too well.
Prefer frogs.
Joanna, I don't know what I want you to say, but Joanna, Ste, anybody? Go ahead.
I think it's cute that he has a doll. I think it's cute. I wish he had a doll of me.
Well, that's... Hey,
totally. I mean, come on. Like,
it's not creepy.
He's a fine-looking man. If he had a doll of me in his
Could
house,
be a bit creepy. Depends what he does with that doll.
Well, that's
snuggles it.
Well.
Maybe he's trying to make it smell like him before he gives it to her.
Ooh, I like that idea.
What's happening right now?
Maybe he sleeps with that doll and then walks out on it the next morning for his sister.
Maybe. Maybe it smells like his sister. Who the hell knows at this point, right?
That's hilarious, though. That's perfect.
But Steve, go ahead and give us, I don't know, if you got any rants on that. Anything you're feeling about, Jamie playing with dolls and, fuck, I don't know. Brands just bother me.
Well, Brand's bothered you.
Do what?
The
What's
whole
bothering
Brand
me?
thing bothered you, not going up on stage.
No, just Brand in general. Him not going on stage is the best thing he's done.
I've always been a bit indifferent about Brand. I don't really notice if he's there or not. So, yeah. And I didn't watch the Emmys anyway. I had no investment in it. I didn't particularly think anyone apart from maybe Gwendolyn and Alfie deserved anything this season, apart from maybe the people that worked on set. Like cast and crew and people in props, they all deserve something. But yeah, out of all the actors, I think just Alfie and Gwendolyn were the only two that deserved anything. But again, people don't get what they deserve, do they?
No, definitely not. I was supposed to be a millionaire by now, and you see what's happening. I don't know. I can't afford to pay attention anymore, and you have to help me out with that. Everyone, give me all your money. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm such an asshole.
I smell a GoFundMe.
It's coming. It's coming. GoFundMe. I need a pair of socks. Let's see. Jamie. Nope. That's not the right one. Oh. What happened? Who said put me back in there?
I don't know.
Me.
He's confusing me. Go ahead, John.
Sorry, my phone died.
Oh, you good. There you are. Go ahead. You got anything to say before your phone completely dies? Joanna, Bobana, Banana Nana, Fofana.
I'm here. My phone died. So now I'm plugged in.
Yeah, I was seeing if you wanted to go on a quick rant before your phone dies, and I'll let you go first on this one. So you're hearing all this crazy stuff about the Joker, right? It's supposed to be good, blah blah blah, but we're hearing about this backlash about they're worried about it's going to cause mass shootings and things of that nature. I don't know what you think about movies and how it influences kids and shit. You know what I mean? People seem to be in an uproar about everything every year, something new. But that's my opinion on it. What you think, Joanna?
Is this really a thing?
It's really a thing.
Wow.
I want you to hear everybody talking
Wow.
in the background. I didn't see it yet. Well, let me disclose that. Everybody's saying. All of my friends really liked it. And I think it's a bit nonsensical to have a problem with a movie that depicts the progression of somebody becoming a villain. I don't understand what else you would expect it to be. Like, of course, it's going to be psychological and it's going to show, some shit. Some shit has to happen for the guy to be a bad guy. No?
I mean, there's
Can
a
you hear
lot of.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's a lot of things that it portrays, I guess, kind of mirroring modern times. But he's kind of like an incel. You know what I mean? What we hear nowadays, basically. Just kind of a closed off person. Even if you don't see it, for everything I've heard, there's, people either think it's slow and too dark, or they think it's too jacked up. or they just hate it. It's one of the three, but it's ends up being a lot better than I expected. Because what we saw from the trailers, I don't know, it just seemed a little weird to me. But after reading about it and see what he's went through and kind of looking more into it, the Joker looks pretty damn good. I wasn't necessarily excited for this thing, but the fact that Batman is not involved whatsoever makes me very happy, because whenever DC or whatever tries to put Batman in anything, they just fuck it up. Besides the Michael Keaton version, yeah, go ahead and laugh at me. The Michael Keaton version was okay. That's back when movies was okay. It was okay to be corny like that. But go ahead,
I
anybody
like
butt
the
in.
Michael Keaton ones. Those are the Tim Burton ones, right?
Yeah, Tim Burton.
Those
Something
were
we
good.
don't hear about nowadays too much. What you think, Fakari? I see you trying to unmute over there.
No, it's interesting. I think, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is good in anything that he does, so I have trust in him that he did an excellent job in this. It is weird that people are getting so like worked up about it, because I was reading a few articles, and it's not just, one or two. Like, there was an incident, I think, in New York with a guy who was drunk and kind of making a scene with I don't know. It was like from like when the Joker was talking about violence or something like that. Anyways, um the guy got all excited and started cheering, so people were like really put off by that. But they also had like extra guards and things like that at a bunch of theaters around the country. So there was like that mass shooting, I think, at a Batman movie in 2012, I want to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, so people were kind of like concerned about something like that happening again. But I mean, we've had other Batman movies since then, and I don't know. It just seems interesting that there was such like an outrage about it. But that's the media for you, I suppose. They're probably just distraction
Well,
techniques.
people get kind of their shit bent out of whack when you have a villain that, may be portrayed empathetically. Not everything's black and white. Good God, that's why we like A Song of Ice and Fire and other things. Not Game of Thrones anymore. But what's up, Catherine Harding? Stay hydrated. That's all I got to say about that, okay? Um, and I just think people are definitely, they want to get an uproar. If there's something to get mad about, people will get mad about it. It just happens. And nowadays, you got a lot of people who agree with you that you should be mad about some stupid shit. But there's emotion that comes into play here. And I can't say I wouldn't feel a certain way if something, if, God forbid, one of my family members or friends was in a mass shooting or something like that. I don't know if I would feel different, but I don't, I've never really felt that video games, TV really affect people that much. It's more on your parents, and by the time you're grown, you've already decided whether you're going to murder someone in your brain or not by the time you're grown. It's already ingrained into into your brain. You're either capable of it or you aren't. Anyways, Steve, I saw you want to say something over there.
No, yeah, it's an interesting one. You've got to look at who's put that story out there. Who's put that story out there? That's all it is. It's not a Disney film. Who's wrote the articles about it? There's some real games being played in the media at the minute. Some real games being played with Disney. You've got to look at that, really. That's what I think about it.
Well, I mean, it's more about
That's what I've been thinking about it. I've not really been thinking about the uproar. I've been thinking about where the uproar's come from originally. Who started the uproar?
What?
I mean, what have we got to gain from that uproar?
Oh, I mean, clicks, likes.
It's only a film.
Sure.
It's no Disney film, is it?
No,
That's all I'm saying.
Walt Disney would be down with all that stuff. Walt Disney's a piece of shit. I'll look in the camera right now. Walt Disney, piece of shit. Just look at Walt Disney. I'm not lying.
Johnny,
It's not.
watch out. He's going to come for you. Mickey is a
Alien.
dangerous mouse.
You seen the Adult Swim where they have his head on like a giant robot spider body and he's looking for Alien Gonzalez? Oh my god, that's the best one ever. Alien! Oh my god, it's fucking killer. But I don't think that, just don't let your kids see it. And yeah, maybe they can watch it. Maybe they can get on the internet. You know what? Don't let your kids get on the computer for a long ass time. And if they do get on the computer, let them do it at school. Don't give your 4-year-old a phone, so they can access pornography. What the fuck's going on? Okay? I could rant for a while, but I'm not going to get too crazy on it because this is not that type of channel. But we are talking a little bit about the news. And let's say if you don't like something, you don't got to see it. You don't necessarily got to look at it. Now, yes, things are wrong. Things do go over the line. But you always got to take free speech into account. If it makes you feel funny inside or you don't like the way it makes you feel, that doesn't mean it's necessarily bad to say. That just means you don't like the way that makes you feel. It evokes emotion just like a TV show or a book would. It just evokes emotion that you don't like. I don't know. That's kind of the main problem. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a redneck hick from Alabama. I don't know a damn thing. Anyways, let's see what we got next. Fakar, you got anything you want to talk about in particular? I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, but I heard you love The Walking Dead. I think that may be a lie on my part.
I don't like anything at all. Yeah, The Walking Dead has a new season out. I think there's been a few episodes out. Sounds like people are kind of liking it from what I've read. So I haven't watched it in a few seasons, to be honest. So I've really, from what I read last season, they did some sort of flashback or something like that. And this season, it's kind of back to normal. I could be like pulling that right out of my ass. So
Real world zombies. That's basically all it is. I don't know. If you like that kind of thing, it's okay. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's watered down and there's not much else you can do. It's developed into a soap opera where there's just different weird storylines about the people that aren't really necessarily that well thought out. Because you did so many things. I hear Fear the Walking Dead is definitely better than The Walking Dead right now. A lot of people are watching that. Just not my thing, though. But Katrin C, from my point of view, definitely does some videos on that. And she'll be on here at some point. So, shout out to Katrin C. Not my thing, but it may be your thing. So, go check it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the whole zombie. I mean, that was like a wave that, you know how it comes in waves. Like, there's vampires and then zombies and then, I don't know, White Walkers for a while there.
Yeah,
but, yeah. So we'll see what happens next. I don't know.
Then they just get retired and stuff. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, isn't The Walking Dead your favorite show?
Did we lose him?
He said,
Never seen it.
oh, good. Don't watch it, man.
It's just not my. No, it's just not my thing. I've never seen it.
Well, you know.
So I can't really comment.
I'm not gonna lie. The
That's
first
a
season's
conversation
pretty good.
killer, isn't it?
No. First season's pretty good. I mean, that's post-apocalyptic setting. That seems. I guess going back watching it now, it's not. I don't know. It was good when it first came out. Kinda. I got about 2
the first
seasons.
The first few seasons were, pretty good. I watched it like basically until I think Negan came on. Like, I just kind of lost interest at that point. It was sort of like, okay, all right. I don't know. A little redundant at a certain point.
Zombies are so exciting.
Well, don't you think they'd start to like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like, they would just, at a certain point, start to waste away and just become like bones,
Yeah, they wouldn't be much of nothing. And it's been like, what, 12
Yeah,
years?
they're already rotting. Why do they never rot away?
Exactly.
You can see they're clearly rotting.
Why are there no zombie animals? Where are the animals?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why can you stab through the top of the skull with a knife? The thickest part of the skull. Why can a Bowie knife get through there? It shouldn't be able to get through there at all. Not with a normal person just stabbing. Even an old fucked up skull, that'd be hard. You'd have to hit the scene whatever. Anyways, we're talking about murder here, okay?
Well, rotting bone. I suppose rotting bones will get weaker. As the calcium dries off out of the bone, it'll get weaker. So I suppose the older it is, the weaker the skull will be.
Well, I'm tired of hearing your logic, sir.
Sorry.
You were just talking about skull thickness, so.
That makes sense. No, it makes sense. I'm just being an asshole. That's my. If you look on Facebook, that's the line I'm supposed to say after having sex now. So, take that for what you will. I'm dead here. Okay. Let me, Star Wars is nice. Okay, anybody see that Expanse trailer? Anybody give a shit about Expanse besides me?
I watched it because you sent it to me, and although I do not watch The Expanse, visually it was rather lovely. So there's that.
Well, it is good. It's a really good story. I wouldn't even call it. People used to call it Game of Thrones in space, but I'm not gonna insult it like that. It's really good. It's really good. If you hate like space operas, you'll like this. Like the normal space, it kind of throws everything on its head, but it's also your classic space opera. Fifth Element, I guess, is a space opera.
Is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Maybe. I don't know, man. Don't ask me about genres. So long and
thanks for all the fish.
Maybe. I would call it a space opera. Whatever. Anyways, usually these big space thing, but it's more about the people, which any good show is. It focuses on the people and gives you actual realistic stories that are good there. You had the proto-molecule, which is introduced, and I'll be talking about it on Top Shelf Fandom with Justin Thomas this week. We'll be talking about The Expanse, and you get into the multiverse theory, multiple worlds. This season, they done went through this wormhole that goes to thousands of different worlds. So we don't know where the fuck they're going. But there's this proto-molecule that basically, if it gets on you, it breaks your whole body down to nothing and then rebuilds you. And then it'll keep experimenting on you until it gets the perfect thing. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, I know nobody really on the panel talks about it, so I'm not going to bore you forever. But it's really good. Check out The Expanse. I'll be talking about it this week, too. I think Friday we'll be talking about Season 3. So catch it up. Amazon Prime. It has 3 times the budget now. And the Orville is pretty good. I don't know how much you can talk about that, though.
That is pretty good.
But that is a good show.
I'm still planning to read the books of The Expanse before I watch it, so it's gonna happen. I can be like a spoiler-free. I don't know. I'll be a Cylon for The Expanse.
A Watchman. I just said Watchman. The Expanse Cylon. It's all right. You can be a Jill.
Yeah.
An Expanse Jill.
Yeah, there we go.
Steve, would you ever get into the...
I've seen the first series on YouTube, and I haven't seen anything past that. I will be doing. I enjoyed it. It was great.
I think I could get you some access to that.
Cool.
Maybe,
cool.
Make you pay me $1.99.
I can't wait for the Orville. Love the Orville. It's the Star Trek we all needed.
That's definitely the Star Trek.
It's true. Orville is hilarious. So funny. I'm glad that other people like it too, because I wasn't sure. I was like, is this just too goofy and I'm just a simpleton or something? But thankfully, a lot of other people really like it too. So it's good. I like it.
It's a really, pretty smart comedy. Plus, you're seeing a bunch of nostalgia there, and it's also making fun of things that you used to kind of think were cool, but now you realize they're fucking stupid.
The next season's on Hulu, is that correct?
Fuck, man. I think so.
I don't know.
Let
But
me
if it
check
is, then
real
I know
quick.
what I'm doing tonight.
A lot of Hulu stuff goes to Disney, so we need to watch our backs with that one.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that, but yeah, let me check real quick. The Orville comedy drama series. Back in the 1920s, they went to make a space show, and they come up with the Orville. Now it's being reintroduced into the wild. Well, if anybody knows, let me know, because it's not coming up. Because it's stupid. You know what I mean. But Fox owns it or whatever, still supposedly. So where's that going? Anybody know? Whatever. So let's talk about some interesting things that I don't know what to talk about. I don't feel like I've been able to say as much as I would like. Oh wait, reverb's kicking back. Let me get that mute. And then I'm gonna set y'all up for disaster really quick.
Uh-oh.
Alright. So kind of to go over everything we've went over, I hope everybody's saving up for Con of Thrones. And if you're not, I hope you get to the next one. You know what I mean? You got plenty of time. Let's have a good time in this hot Orlando. And you talked about, gonna go watch the Joker in Orlando. Ain't that what you should do? Anyway.
What did I? Are you getting crickets on that? I missed the joke.
No, it wasn't even. It was too horrible. It was too horrible of a joke. Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. Steve?
By the way, if you're not saving up for your Con of Thrones already, then you should start, because it's going to be expensive. Let's be honest.
It is going to be pretty expensive. And the food isn't that great in Orlando, to be honest. It's like a bunch of Hooters and stuff like that. There's really, there's no culture in Orlando, like, for the most part. It's a hodgepodge of people coming in and out. Even people from Orlando will tell you that. My brother lived there. Everybody's from somewhere else, which is interesting. No one's like lived there for generations or whatever. So you don't have any really good restaurants. It's kind of a downfall from that. But you also have some really expensive Disney World, which is taking over everything, like Steve was talking about. Walt Disney is ruling us from the grave. Pretty sure this stream's been pulled down by now, so we can just keep going. Let me see if I can
Nikki's
get back
on
to
to us.
the outline.
Always watching.
I mean, I am gonna go check out the Joker, and I'll put that movie review on my Patreon when I do. But I mean, I can already tell you, I've seen some really dark shit. I don't know if you can get much worse than House of a Thousand Corpses, and I don't remember there being that much uproar about that one. But the Joker, I guess, is more mainstream, and it's getting a lot of press, so you're gonna have more people criticizing it, so to speak, and then sensitive Nancy's. My name's Nancy too, so don't worry about it.
First it was Marilyn Manson, then it was Grand Theft Auto, now it's a Joker. What's next?
Makes sense. Me, because I'm really famous. If we figured this out earlier, how famous I am. What's up, Phantom Descent? How's it going, buddy? What about Damon Lindelof says HBO's Watchmen was only designed to last one season? Is that refreshing for us? I feel like, honestly, it feels good. I read this article, and there may be a second season, but the story he had in mind was set for one season, and he's not pushing it farther than that. If another story branches off, awesome. But he completed a story before he made this. I really find that intriguing. Makes me a little more excited for The Watchmen. I did like the Watchmen movie. The graphic novel is pretty good, even though the guy that wrote the graphic novel hates the fucking movie. The movie, for his time, did kind of turn superhero shit on its head, which I think was a good thing. And in this one coming up, You're gonna have Dr. Manhattan reintroduced after he's been living on Mars for years. So this is gonna be really. I think it's gonna be really cool. I haven't looked too much into it because I don't want to spoil myself. But as soon as the first episode comes out, I'll be talking about it a lot more. And I think, you know, probably doing some shit on the podcast about it. But I'd like to get y'all's thoughts on Watchmen. If you have any. If you don't have any, that's cool too. Check 1, 2.
There's only me left.
I think it's only you left. Everybody left.
Everybody left. Well, I've not really looked into the Watchmen, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. I think it's a good idea to just leave it at one season. Leave people wanting more. That's the way to go.
Yeah, that always works out better than giving them too much, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. They could have left us wanting more for season 8 as well. You know, stuff like that. But they give us these weird. People get this fairy tale ending type bullshit, which was never supposed to happen. Are you just subverting our expectations from what Littlefinger said? I don't know, but I don't know. It doesn't fit it. It doesn't fit to me.
Well, by season 8, we were just dying for it to finish, weren't we?
Yeah, man. Fuck, I don't know. It's rough. It's rough. But okay, so is anybody excited about Blood Moon? Okay, let me know in the chat because I can go on a rant about this. Let's go if you want the White Walker rehash. Let's go if you want to find out how much of a dickhead the Starks are. Do you think? I mean, honestly, they're gonna make the Starks really dickheads. I think they'll go against it, but we know in actual history the Starks were awful. They did some fracked up stuff, but you're gonna have the Lannisters or Casterlys actually from this, and you have Iron in the Bronze Age. Lady H of the North wants it all. I can't blame you. I can't blame you if you wanted to watch. I would still kind of watch Blood Moon, maybe. I'd give it a first episode. We'll see what happens with it.
It'll be worth it for the memes, if nothing else.
That's it, the memes. And that's something we're going to talk about in just a second when we get Joanna back, maybe. She's probably, chilling with her massage.
There you go, there's
ravioli.
a tedious link for you.
No, that's perfect. Let me see. Fucking A, man. Oh, yeah, meme culture. So, let me check something out real quick, but we had some Facebook posts, and one of them was Mackenzie L. Burns was talking about meme culture today and what it means, and, it's pretty interesting, to tell you the truth, how much memes have gotten so much pervasive throughout the culture of social media, and also, they tell a story, and people have a problem with you stealing them. That's another thing. And they're just fun to make. Go ahead, Steve. I'll let you start this off, and then y'all go back and forth. And I'm going to take a potty break. And I said that on air.
Well, what can I say about memes, really? They got me through Game of Thrones. I'll tell you that much. They got me through Game of Thrones season 8. Big time. I'd have been really depressed without the memes.
I can agree with that. I mean, really, like memes gave us something to, like, we could joke but still be serious and express our frustration without having to be like going on a huge rant, being one of those people writing a paragraph long thing about the BS. It's more fun. And I think that's a huge part of like our Geek Folk culture is to talk shit via meme form.
Yeah. Yeah, I express a lot of sarcasm through memes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think I'm yeah, taken out of context a lot.
You're a victim of the meme culture, Steve.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's fun about it, though, you know, is like if you can't laugh at yourself, or, you know, that's like with memes, there's like that, there's a few standard formats that we can all kind of play off and that kind of thing. But it's just another way for us to creatively express ourselves and be assholes like some of us are.
Look, we all have a raging demon inside of us, and if you don't, you're probably a serial killer, if you won't admit it, you know. If you gotta hide that shit, you know, you're burying bodies, yo. Don't lie to me. Don't worry, everyone, this stream will be taken down. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, I said some fucked up shit. Like the joke no one ever got, that was fucked up.
I've seen worse streams than this that are still up, mate.
Hey, but if we start talking about conspiracy theories, they might fucking take us down. Hey, that's another show though. That's another show though. I'm down for talking about that anytime because I don't know, that's an endless wormhole right there.
Count me in.
All right, definitely. We'll do something.
And
we'll
Joanna. Count Joanna in too.
Yeah, we'll put together the Tenfold Nipple podcast. Oh my god, I think I just come up with gold right now. The Tenfold Nipple. Be looking out for it on iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, and more. Oh my gosh. No, I think it's a fun and interesting take on posting nowadays, you know, instead of the same old what's going on in your life. But it's basically an artistic expression of your thoughts. With, you know, kind of being lazy, I guess. Unless you're making your own meme. But it's still an artistic expression through words, like a little limerick.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to like express real words anymore. Like, there's a meme for it.
We're all doomed.
So true.
Humanity's doomed. Hey, Nicole, what's good, buddy? What's good? Oh, goodness. So, Joanna never came back. Those raviolis must be fantastic.
I would be eating raviolis if given the option. Did you see her, Mom? She looked like she could make some real legit raviolis.
Oh, yeah. Very, I mean, yes. I need some raviolis now. It's actually making me hungry. And you probably can't find any good raviolis in Alabama. Chef Boyardee, maybe?
Oh, don't make me sad.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find this. I mean, maybe. Okay, there we go. Let's see. So Tim F has some stuff to say, which isn't normal. He posted on.
That's rare for Tim to even speak.
Yeah, no, he posted on the Facebook. And this goes back to The Expanse, so y'all might want to check this out. Tim F has like the biggest hard-on for The Expanse, and I love him for it.
He does.
Just heard from my buddy Gary at Neurotic that the season 4 premiere episode of The Expanse is amazing. Way bigger budget. So jealous he got to see it early, and that's how Tim F actually sounds. Just heard. You know, he sounds just like that. And also, yeah, Alva Papora wanted to talk about Bran. And I think we kind of did. But maybe we'll circle back there. But Tim, you just wait, man. We're going to have a bunch of Expanse fun stuff on here. And then maybe I'll get you to come on and make a fool of yourself. You know, because you ain't nothing, Tim. You ain't nothing, Tim. I hope you're watching this. But you're probably not, because you say you don't get notifications. And I refuse
Tim should join us on the conspiracy one.
Yeah, we should get him on there. I mean, his sideburns have their own zip code. We'll see what happens. No, honestly, it takes a lot of tension out of social media. You know what I mean? The meme culture. It also, it can take the sting off of something you're trying to say, or it can be misconstrued. It kind of is a double-edged sword, but I think there's more benefits to it than not. And I don't know why I'm saying this. Who gives a fuck whether memes benefit society? I guess they do. Where do you stand on it? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. This is just the Nooner News. It's freestyle, and I can't even talk today.
Well,
how many times has a meme got you through the day?
Mm-hmm.
How many times does memes get you through the day?
There's, also it gives you a bit of freedom to say things that you might be thinking and not really like have the balls to say it, or I don't know, like a little edgier kind of things, or things that maybe your family would not want to hear from your mouth, but it's just a meme, Mom, so it's fine. I can talk about, like, I don't know. We won't even say the things that I post about.
I can imagine you saying that with some of your memes.
Sacrifice or something like that.
Yeah, Fandom Descent. Do memes benefit society? That's the super, super fucking serious topic we got going on now. But I think it does. I mean, just like Steve said, his memes got me through season 8. Honestly, the Geek Folk one main meme is up on the screen right now. You should put the disgusting rumors to bed. I'm not gonna lie. Listen to Tywin. Like Nicole says, Tywin's word was always final. Tamara Magdalene, what is up? Dornish Winch, how's it going? Hey, I'm manipulating Dornish Winch to come on the channel soon, so she's like, oh, did you volunteer me? Yep, I sure did. You can talk about Dornish things. Huh, how about that? I just alright, so is there anything else we have in there in the articles? I know that there's not much news going on, so there's not really that much to talk about. Frickin', I'm saying frickin' now because we've used up fucks. And I just
there's a Mickey counter.
It's really slow.
It's an app.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube it pops up for me. But I think it's gonna pick up the next couple of weeks. We have a lot of stuff coming out from The Watchmen to The Witcher, which I don't even want to talk about that right now. We'll see what's gonna happen with that because just whatever. And a few other TV shows. Also, I can't remember. I completely forgot. Talk about Birds of Prey. What's that? Is that some CW show, Fandom?
Birds of Prey, huh?
That sounds interesting. What's up, Natalia? Welcome. I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say, man. That's what happens. I had one glass of whiskey.
Something about Birds of Prey.
Oh, that was just me reading. Like when you get old, you start just reading shit every time you see something. That's what I do with the chat. I just read it. just read every sign that you pass. Read everything. Hey, do y'all have any questions? In the chat and anything about what I talk about on the show or anything about fucking any shows. If I know what it is, I'll try to talk about it a little bit because there really isn't much going on besides Game of Thrones winning more stuff and Isaac Hempstead sat down and didn't go up on stage like a real man.
not getting Hodored up there.
Exactly.
I don't know, it's a pretty quiet week.
It really is. Oh, talk about the Joker.
We talked about Joker. You're always late.
I'll have a couple big streams coming up next week though. And this one will actually gonna be bi-weekly, and the next one's gonna be really, really fun. Cause I'm gonna pull together the most effed up things we can talk about, and I'm gonna make these people answer. and talk about these damn things. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the weirdest thing in entertainment today, and we're gonna all talk about it on the next Nooner's News. I will be making a post this week for everybody to be putting their shit on. So if you have something that's weird, if you have something that you want us to talk about, I want you to put it in the comments of my post that I'll be making. It should be really fun, and y'all can get in on it. Actually, I think Facebook lets you leave voice recordings. If you dare, you can leave a voice recording. I'll play it right here on air. So, I don't care. I heard somebody about to start talking. I can feel the force of air about to come out of someone's mouth. Hello.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Phil
was
the
just giving
Issues
you-
guy does that. Quite fun.
Oh, yeah. We do it on the podcast sometimes. I finally... Phil's fucking got an awesome channel. I need to get my fucking...
Yeah.
What would you call it? My technical difficulty screen pulled up. No, I'm just kidding. I can
Albert,
relate to
what
that,
do you mean
though.
you don't care about Fire and Blood until this is over?
What's over? The
Sure,
rest of
what's
Fire and
over?
Blood?
The series? There is
Blood Moon.
reverb.
Yeah, we got that. I mean, it doesn't sound like we're in a cave. I could, we didn't have time to get all the technical issues fixed. So
Anyways,
we're just
Alba
being really
says she doesn't care about Fire and Blood until the series is over.
Well, Alba, pay me money and you can hear me talk about Fire and Blood on Patreon. I mean, what's wrong with you? If you don't like it, definitely pay me money to talk about it. That's what I say.
Well, we're going to talk about it. Johnny and I are.
Are we? No, just kidding.
Yes,
the Chronicles
we are.
of Fire and Blood.
The Chronic Chronicles.
Hit that mute stick
Of Fire.
real quick.
Yeah, mute it up, Steve. We're going to bully you.
Yeah, we have to. Gotta get practice. I gotta practice touching my mute button. What am I talking about today? I'm sorry. It's just been. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get much sleep this weekend, and I am definitely delirious at this point. It's all good. Honestly, I'm having some fun. This is the most fun stream I've had in a while. I usually have to.
Yeah, this is a fun one.
Say a bunch of stuff.
Even though Joanna abandoned ship for ravioli.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
blame her.
I should kick her out.
Well, Alba, just come and listen to Johnny and I. We'll teach you about Fire and Blood, and then you don't have to read it.
Well, I love it.
Mackenzie gets it.
I think you'll like it. It's
Yeah.
really good. And plus, he's going to finish Fire and Blood, too, before he ever even tries to start writing Dream of Spring. Y'all want to talk about that? Huh?
It's
And
true.
talk about all this bullshit that Germ's going to do before he writes his book, which I can't necessarily blame him.
This is what he says, and so I don't know if we're holding him too much to this because maybe he just said it in passing and
probably
whatever.
But still.
I mean, we can't expect him to write anything in any specific order. He's a free man, and he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to do any of those things. So it would be nice if he could just finish up the series, but I'm pretty sure he's probably sort of got things in a jumble of work. And that's just what he hopes for.
We still hear Dark Mother, kind of.
Yeah, we're kind of here. Doing our best.
A lot of this is stuff he's already kind of written out. Every character he's ever made, he writes the story out for. Even if they're a passing character in the book that doesn't have a story, necessarily a big story in the book, he writes out backstories for everything. Has all of these tiny figurines of. Basically, he's wrote characters for. He writes stories, backstories for all these figurines he has. It's pretty amazing how he works. And that's the thing. He even said it himself. He doesn't really finish a book. He doesn't know all of the ending before the end as well. He talks about how his writing's like a garden. He just lets it bloom, and sometimes the characters even surprise himself. So it's... I don't know. It's interesting. It gives me a lot of hope for what's going to come out, but can he finish it in time? And if he doesn't finish it, is that really the worst thing ever? For
I
him,
think,
anyway.
yeah. I think a lot of, Fire and Blood probably comes pretty organically because I feel like he uses it as like a frame of reference for like dating things in recent history, right? Like the kings at that particular point in time and how laws might have changed at that particular point in time. And those are things that within like the current story he can sort of reach back to and use that. And then they also give us little history lessons or things that tie into the story as well later. So for like foreshadowing and that sort of thing. Or giving us a better explanation to the history of dragons or the death of dragons or like I don't know, it's just a lot of things that it's just sort of a frame of reference, I think. And probably in writing all of these stories, especially writing like Dunk and Egg, it's easy for him to sort of stem back to that history and then sort of just fill in the blanks. And it's something for us to just like love and cherish and pick apart voraciously like we do. And I'm hoping that it will pay off in the form of like giving us further explanation to like the White Walkers and that kind of thing in the story that we didn't get in the show. So there's that.
Yeah, and Adeneth or Alba, Fire and Blood is easier because it's info that he can't present as true or not. Like he's not bound to certain narratives. Well, yes, I agree with that. It's more like a history book, but I also would say that he does that in A Song of Ice and Fire with differing perspectives and how people don't remember things right. It has a little leeway with that too, because you can have a point of view where people just don't remember shit right, and it can affect the story later. There's certain ways to manipulate it which are fun. I don't know. I find his writing style interesting. Whether he's the best ever, who the hell knows? He got to finish this shit, as far as I'm concerned. He's the best one of the best novella writers I've ever read. But what's he? He's done with like one novel, maybe. But A Song of Ice and Fire isn't done. I know Ste had some interesting thoughts on this, and he thought it may be a good idea if George doesn't finish it, and I kind of agree with him. But Ste, if you're there, tell me what you told me.
I'm here. Yeah, I just think once it's finished, isn't it? All this fun that people have been having on YouTube for the last 5-6 years or whatever is over once it's finished. There's no more avenues to explore apart from what you're thinking of yourself. But yeah, we were talking about that this afternoon.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
we wouldn't have. Well, if he finishes, we wouldn't have much to talk about.
Well, there would for a while, but it would be over, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't finished, it's just the possibilities are still endless, aren't they? It'd be kind of just our luck after all this time that it wasn't finished. Looking at his schedule, I don't hold out much hope for it.
No,
maybe the next book, but not the last one.
And he's not. I guess he's not superhuman either. I mean, he's a brilliant dude, but you gotta expect only so much from him. He's a person. He's a person.
Well, you will sell your half-written stories, won't you?
Hey, he's making bank off half-written stories.
Well, he's lost how many years? 8 years of writing. He's lost. He's not really done anything much. No. Maybe wrote half a book since Game of Thrones started, hasn't he?
That's about it. I mean, no lie.
Yeah.
He's been delving into.
Well, half of A Song of Ice and Fire, anyway. Half of A Song of Ice and Fire is written in the last 7, 8 years, I'd say. So he's lost 8 years of writing.
The story's
It could have all been
2/3
finished
done.
now. We could be starting watching Game of Thrones, but.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Uh-oh, hold on. We're buffering, I think. My internet's being a bitch
We
right
are.
now. Everybody, wait on us. We'll be back. Should be popping back up any second. Y'all let me know when we're back.
I think we're back now.
Alright, I don't know what happened to the internet. But Joanna, how was that fracking ravioli, yo? I mean, come on,
my
you
God,
didn't
it
share
was
with the
so
whole
good.
class.
It was so good. And now we'll have Junior's cheesecake next because that's what people like us do. And it was good. It was good. Chilling. I just caught the tail end of that. That maybe he shouldn't finish it. I mean, I don't think he should finish. I think he should let somebody else finish it. I don't want to read that ending. I don't want to dedicate the 6 weeks of my life to reading that ending. I don't. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I'll gladly read it, and you know what? You can stop it with that sorry, not the sorry shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's a lot of benefit to him not finishing it. There really is.
There is.
People don't want to hear that, but there is.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to.
Guys.
I know that people don't hear it.
Aaron, why not? You can make up fanfic forever.
Yeah, but we can do that anyways. I mean, I don't know. I need an ending. If all we're left with is just what we had from the show, I mean, come on, that would be pretty upsetting. I'm not against the ending. I'm not against Bran getting half of an episode that we got. I need that. I need that.
That's what I meant by we had highlights.
I think he's probably done with Winds of Winter at this point. So, I mean, I would assume he's probably got some of A Dream of Spring written or noted or something.
Didn't somebody ask him if he was done with Winds of Winter and he said no?
I'm sure he has to say that. It's probably like in editing and then, things have to get fixed and whatever. But at this point, I mean, I've got to believe that it's got to be done.
I'm just typing away. So I don't think it's completely done. I think he's still trying to condense that crap. Now, Dream of Spring's a long way off because he's got to pull like 40 storylines together. And that's no small feat to pull like 40 storylines together. And all these people, you can tell, aren't going to end up in the same location like in the show. Oh, we're all going to end up in King's Landing. Grey Worm's going to sit there and eat some olives and, just chill while some bitches be fanning him. And he's just waiting to negotiate with John's life. I mean, what the fuck? I rode that shit hard. Like, I fucking went with it. I tried not to get salty throughout season 8. And you can go back and look. I did this on purpose because everybody was salty. And I was just trying to fucking do something different. But
you did
it's
good,
hard.
Johnny.
It's hard. Don't you patronize me. But I don't know. It is what it is. It affected so many people. The one thing you can say, there hasn't been a show like it, and probably won't be a show like it for a long time for various reasons. It was fantastic while it lasted, but then it kicked me in the genitals before it left. And I wasn't so mad at the long night because honestly, I feel like the others are a super huge red herring that it's the people. It's man that's evil. Even Leaf talks about this. The others are just like this distraction. Oh, this is some big bad evil. No, all of humanity is evil. Oh, that's one of the fucking things that the Joker got some criticism for too, is that that's how he portrays like humanity is like just fucked up and like he's kind of trying to justify what he's doing to these people. But that's another story. Go ahead. Anybody chime in wherever you would like.
Well, there's so many elements to the whole story.
You go.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn it off.
No, you go ahead.
You just said something that, it affected. The season 8 affected a lot of people, and not necessarily in a positive way. Now I was so upset with the ending that it's not, I can't say that I didn't love the books and I didn't even hate season 7. I'm not like a real hater. I'm really not. It had to be pretty bad for me to feel this passionately about it. I mean, I got kicked out of Facebook groups because I didn't support season 8. I did. And people were upset that I didn't like it. I have so much Game of Thrones merch that like I feel silly wearing now. Like now I feel like I'm wearing it ironically. Like I'm not okay with this anymore, And it's true. It's true. A lot of people, were really invested in this story. And I feel it was unfair to the fans what they did, that they shoved it into 6 episodes, that they obviously didn't put any effort into writing it. Did somebody beta read it? I mean, did nobody read it beforehand to tell them, hey guys, this doesn't work?
Place the coffee cup right there. By the way.
Coffee cups. I mean, even the CGI that took them like 3 years to do was mediocre at best. No, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with the dragons. I don't, this turned into kind of a therapy session for us, you guys, if y'all are wondering what the hell's going on out here. We're just kind of, George, he needs to get done with at least Winds of Winter, so we got some time. Something to think about, something to chew on, because I want to get some more theories. Almost every fucking theory you've ever heard of has been thought of, Sorry. If you think you're the first person to think of a theory, more than likely someone else has thought of it on 4chan or somewhere. Like it's like I've had maybe one original thought this whole time. You think they're original, then you just go looking around. Everybody's been thinking it. The fandom and stuff. Nobody's stupid. People aren't stupid that watch and read this. That's subjective, I guess. But there's a lot there. Story-wise that people relate to and related to, like Joanne was saying. All that merch, that's a good fucking point. It's ironic merch now. Well, shit. Anyways, let's sell our t-shirts.
I don't. You know what? Represent. You know what? I'm still about it. Don't bring yourself down. I still love the story. The story is not the show, so just let your Game of Thrones flag fly. All right, it's all right. I don't judge you. In fact, I love you more. I was driving yesterday and I saw somebody with a 3-headed dragon bumper sticker on their car, and I was like, you know what? That person's my friend, and they don't know it, but they are. So it's fine. It's all right. This is how we find each other.
An official royal decree.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I should embrace it and be proud of it. I shouldn't be embarrassed about
it.
Oh, darn a switch. Yes, hit me up. Watchmen is very, very intriguing to me. When someone, I don't know. Just the more I've seen that, it's pretty fucking good. Okay, so Mackenzie Burns. Also, what the heck was Gendry doing when he arrived at Storm's End? Oh, so I don't have a royal decree that a dead queen says I'm the Lord now. But
right.
I am the Lord of Storm's End. Now, would you like me to take the arm I use for hammering or the arm I use for polishing? He probably want to use the arm he uses for polishing. He does polish knobs and other things. I can't even get myself through that joke. I'm such an asshole.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say what he polishes, but
anyway. No, that was interesting. If you're gonna do something with Gendry and Arya, I say make it more than the awkward sex scene that we had in episode 2, which was really awkward. It didn't feel natural to me. That was my issue with it. Like, it wasn't necessarily that, oh, it's a young girl, we had to watch her grow up. Yeah, that made me feel weird. But that wasn't the issue I had with the scene. The scene itself isn't bad. What they were trying to do, I get. But what they did was just ended up being more rushed things. But it was pretty awesome when Gendry asked her to marry him.
It was sweet.
That's what they always say.
And,
nope.
I could see why Arya would stare him down. So it's fine. I was fine with that one, really. Puppy love, right?
Me too.
Swear I got a video that's
I'd be
literally
into
that's in
Gendry
the
if I were
title.
her.
That's why I said it.
I'm just making sure. I gotta plug it at the same time. It's an awful video, but go ahead and watch it. There's some nice
It's
super
cute.
cuts in there. Joanna, I hear you trying to talk. Sorry for being a rude asshole. That's what I say after sex.
I mean, you guys know, like, romance is my jam. That's what I do. It's what I love. And it wasn't there for me with Arya and Gendry. I just wasn't feeling it. Didn't feel, like you said, didn't feel natural. Didn't feel right. Jaime and Brienne, however, felt natural and right, and I loved it. I cried so much at that episode. I thought, maybe we were really gonna get something good, because it made sense. It made sense. I understand that people think it's tropey and silly, but that's what romance is. That's what romance is, tropey. So it would have worked. Them being together would have worked in the end. Benny, stop. That's my child screaming in the background. It would have worked. And the 2 seconds we had of it, I liked it. I didn't like Arya and Gendry, but I get the point of it. I see why they had to do it, to build her weird, creepy character that just she's not a favorite of mine. I don't really like any of the Starks. I'm sorry, guys, they're not for me. I know that's not a popular opinion, but they're not. I don't like Sansa. Arya's all right, whatever, but they weren't my favorites. So it was okay. But the whole thing, it's Game of Thrones. It's not supposed to be okay. It's supposed to be spectacular.
That could have been another thing they could have built up. The Arya and Gendry, like a little more build up to their romance besides just going out and banging in the stables.
Yep. Even Grey Worm and Missandei were better than that. Everyone was better than them. Everyone. Every little romance subplot was better than Arya and Gendry, in my opinion.
There was setup for Arya and Gendry, though. So, I mean, with their history in the earlier episodes. So, I mean,
in the earlier seasons, they were good together.
Yeah.
In season 8, they seemed weird.
It was just too rushed. If they would have given them more time to like set that up, that's another thing. They should have just given it more time. Because they deserved that. I think those two deserved their romance together. They needed that from each other.
Honestly, Gendry should have been super freshly sweaty after hammering out a sword or something, and then just glistening. Never mind. Let's get into smut on air. Do you like romance novels? Let's talk about it.
We know AK does.
Yeah, AK spicing it up. Okay. If you're listening, AK, that's what's up. I appreciate that book you sent me. I'm going to taste the night as soon as I can, okay? Whatever that means. Okay. So, what the fuck was we talking about? Never mind. Grey Worm and Missandei. So, my biggest thing, what I thought was going to be perfect, Grey Worm and Missandei want to leave. This is my fanfic for what I thought was going to happen. Grey Worm and Missandei choose to leave. Want to go back to North, but Dany doesn't let them. Dany ends up getting possessive over Missandei. That didn't happen. We just had some... Missandei's head gets cut off, so Dany kills 1 million people. What y'all think? And why is Grey Worm just happily sailing to his own death? Anybody? And yes, Mackenzie O'Byrne said that as well.
Oh, what's that now? Okay. Well,
because the righteous have better things to do.
Yeah. Honestly, I really didn't like Missandei and Grey Worm and their whole bullshit storyline, romance crap. It was not. I skipped that whole scene when they had their little sex scene. Gross. Sorry, not feeling it. Not
their scissoring scene?
Yeah, there's their scissoring scene. Hell
yeah. Hell yeah. So, Steve, I want to hear your rant about your favorite sexy character, Grey Worm. And, did he use his ghost PP to get up in there? Let me know.
Did he use his what?
I said ghost PP. His phantom wanker. Oh, that's better language terminology for you. There we go.
I don't really have a rant about Grey Worm. I enjoyed Grey Worm until season 8. Then it just got a bit boring.
I wish he would have died.
The Miss Sunday and Grey Worm thing was just pointless. It was all pointless. Same as the last thing you were on about that happened. It was just pointless. Gendry and Arya, the whole Gendry and Arya thing in season 8 was pointless. Well, there was no point in Gendry being there by the end of it at all. We might as well just kill him off in the long night and I'm done with it. There was no point in him surviving. It really pissed me right off, that did.
You gotta give a shaft to the dudes. Okay. You gotta have him be denied by Arya. Her act like she's interested. and then he just gets the shaft and looks like a complete bitch in season 8.
Yeah, it's
Poor
true.
guy.
And then he gets sent. He's like, okay, you're the Lord of Storm's End, and then he goes down there, but then the Queen dies. So I mean, how much respect is he really gonna get?
I'd have cared a lot more. I would have cared a lot more about the characters if they'd have died in the long night.
Yeah.
Samwell, if he'd have died in the long night, by the end of the show, I'd have cared a lot more about that character. As it is, he got away scot-free from walking away from his job at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up being a maester and allowed a child and a wife. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
We've just all been shit on, haven't we?
Yeah. Arya, or Mercy,
but the Star Wars lot about it, everyone, Marvel lot about it, Game of Thrones lot about it. Who's out to sabotage all our fandoms, man?
Mickey.
It's more a popularity contest than it is about the story itself. Just like it was talking about in the article, what Jerem was saying is it caters to the. Oh, let me hit that mute button for me. It caters to people. What people want to see, almost more to the surface level. People that aren't watching it and getting into it. Which you could argue that's more people out there per capita. They're just mindlessly watching it. And that's more than likely because they're tired as fuck from work and they don't feel like getting into it that much. They just want to release and unwind. But just because someone likes someone's face, and hey, that face gets higher ratings, does not mean you should sacrifice the story for it. And that's what happened with D&D. They wanted to highlight Tyrion and highlight Jon Snow and highlight that's about it. That's about fucking it. Really. I mean, you got Arya kind of, but still.
Ron got a lot more screen time than he should have, didn't he? I think George was even speaking about that.
Oh, yeah, that was rough. Bronn shouldn't even be there anymore.
No.
I don't know. That didn't make no sense to me.
Bronn got more.
The same with the Dornish women as well. They got into it a lot more because they like the actors, not for the storyline.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of the problem nowadays. A lot of the storylines get sacrificed for different things, whether it be preference of a certain actor or actress, or whether it be for, I don't know, anything. I don't want to say too much. Don't want to get political.
I don't blame you. We'll do that for a no holds bar stream, and I'll send y'all next one. I got a burner channel. We're gonna do some interesting things on. I may post that somewhere to people, in a group that people I know are cool, so we can actually vent about these things, but not really get any recompense for it. If that made sense. I don't know. Anything else y'all would like to kind of touch on? By the way, Dark Mother would like to know what brand of English are you speaking? It's not King's English, is it? Or Queen's English, that's what it is. Hello, Governor.
To me?
One like that. I'm joking, I'm fucking with you. No, but Dark Mother, wants to know which what's your accent from?
Northern.
What part of England? Northern.
It's Northern.
King of the North.
Northern.
As Hermione says.
Derbyshire.
Oh, okay.
Derbyshire, which is between like Manchester, Sheffield, which is Yorkshire, Lancashire. Between Yorkshire and Lancashire, between where the War of the Roses were.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Y'all get a lot of sun.
That's where I hail. No, a lot of rain and wind.
Bullshit.
Yeah, proper
Sounds
bullshit.
Definite free folk, man. So
Nice countryside, rolling hills and grass everywhere and trees. Nice countryside.
A few
But
magic
it's freezing
mushrooms.
cold and wet. Lots of magic mushrooms everywhere.
Yes.
Lots of cow shit to siphon through.
I'll be visiting soon. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, about Kyle's over here now, isn't he? I know why Kyle's over here now, eh?
I appreciate you watch your mouth. Stop cursing on air.
Sorry.
He said I'm sorry. That's the first time I've ever heard Steve or seen Steve type or say sorry. That does not happen. That does not happen. We have made history here today. Oh my goodness. They killed my boy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. The fact that John had no fucking we'll keep going. We got about a few more minutes and we'll get off here. I just want to make a statement about John's ass. The fact that he didn't really have any, what would you say, consequences or after effects of him dying, I find very, very intriguing. He didn't seem to lose any of himself. If anything, he lost IQ. He lost points of IQ.
I agree with that. Like his Jon Snow knows
vocabulary.
Nothing. Yeah.
You know nothing. You know less now than when you were an infant. I mean, it's like John's still trying to figure out how to speak English, and it's whatever he wants to speak. All he can say is McQueen. I don't know. I felt like it was a failed attempt to try to empower women by also making the men stupid. And it's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Because if you notice, the main male characters in this were all dumb by the end of season 8. None were smart. And the ones that were died. Think about that. Why are you killing all the smart people and then you make Tyrion dumb as fuck? So you got no smart dudes left over. Except Bran. Haha, I got you all by not saying a goddamn thing the whole time. That's all I did.
That's what's happening in everything, though, isn't it?
It's like almost a satire in the end.
Yeah, it's like, y'all want a good ending? Fuck you guys. Y'all get this. And let's go make Star Wars. No
females. If you're a female, you're not going to win. If you're an intelligent man, you're not going to win. It's more of like money and then, well, magic in the end. But how much does that like play onto like a sort of commentary on society at a certain point? Because you can sort of like look at Bran as the three-eyed raven who knows all and is like can access any information. You can almost look at that as like a commentary on like our access to technology now currently. So I don't know.
We get no visions though. We get nothing else from Bran except creepy looks and just, I guess, foreshadowing coming out of his mouth, if you want to say that much. And really quick, Dark Mother, thank you so much. God dang, thank you so much. Cersei, I don't necessarily agree with their death, which they just step a foot to the left or right. They get missed by the pile of stones, so that's not a big deal. But Cersei, she's just straight done. This is the complete polar opposite you can get from Book Cersei. Book Cersei is on a path of vengeance that she will not let upon. Tyrion is around every fucking corner, and she, you better hope for mercy if she thinks you even fucking had talk to him. You're dead. And Varys right now is putting her back in power. He's done killed Kevin Lannister. He's done killed Grandmaster Pycelle, and he's got plans for Cersei. And she is consumed by insanity. She's kind of like Dany in season 8. That's kind of how she is now. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they pulled that from. I feel like they pulled Dany burning down King's Landing from Cersei burning down the Tower of the Hand in the books. It's the same thing. The way she watched it burn, the look in her eyes. I don't know. I find that intriguing. But Cersei just went straight bitch mode. At least die out. Die out like a G. And I say bitch in the sense of not an actual female, but a person that is cowering. Whatever, I can't even say it. Cowers. A person who cowers. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, that's very true. I mean, I don't know if we will see the ending play out like that with Daenerys. I mean, there's definite signs of that could point to her like madness, but I think it would also be more of like the way she's portrayed, like how she said in the show, you know, I don't have love here, let it be fear, that kind of thing. I think that she's going to be like, she is going to perceive herself in a certain light versus like how the people are actually seeing her. I don't know. I think it's going to play out a lot differently, especially because we have someone else like Aegon in the picture. So it's going to be a whole lot different.
Dark Mother, are you calling Cersei a whiner? Or are you calling me a whiner? I would agree with any of those. I am definitely a salty whiner. But, like, fucking Cersei just completely broke character, right? Completely broke character. Oh, I'm a scared little girl again. Didn't show any indication of this. Good story writing, you'll show a little beat, a little something that harkens back to it. No, she just broke all of a sudden, which was interesting.
I think
same way Dany did.
She'd probably kill herself if that was. I mean, like when Stannis during the Battle of the Blackwater was invading the city, she was ready to kill herself before she'd bend the knee, and I think that would be the same, especially because like the way Jaime just showed up at the last second like that, like that's so unrealistic. I think she would have been more prepared for that to happen, especially after she killed Missandei. Like she knew that she was
I was for sure she was going to kill herself. I even made a fucking video that I was super duper proud of because guess what they did in the show? They left out the Valonqar of the prophecy. I figured they did that for a fucking reason.
And there was another scene that they left out. I think it was actually during season 7, but Cersei had a miscarriage. With her like pregnancy that freaking led to nothing. But yeah, I guess they even filmed it. That she had a miscarriage and then they cut it, and Lena Headey was actually pretty upset that they did because she felt like it really took away from Cersei's character.
Guess what? That's what I'm talking about. That beat that would have made Cersei's decision to just cower in fear like she did and run away makes it more reasonable. It makes sense then. You know, she has something that's been fucking with her head because she's went so strong. Like, I know all my children are going to die. Let them die. Screw this. I'm going to be the queen of the ashes. You thought Cersei was the queen of the ashes, right? No. No. But, you know, she has these big dreams, goals, and aspirations, but she's already lost everything. There's no sense, if she hadn't had this miscarriage, there's no sense of her ever, like, why is she so upset or distraught? She shouldn't really be. You know, there's nothing. She's already, like, fucking canceled that out in her brain. I don't know. We're getting crazy.
You would just think that she would have some kind of backup plan. Like, she would have killed herself, or she would have had, like, a ship out of there, or somewhere safe to go. Like, she's the queen. She would have had a failsafe for getting out of the castle. It's just, like, that. I mean, they even have foreshadowed that in the show, like talking about the passages and tunnels and that kind of thing with when Tyrion escapes, you know, and I think even Sansa might have mentioned it. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity that she would have had a backup plan. So, anyways, yeah, another sort of cheapened death right there.
I mean,
I wouldn't have even hated it if she would have killed herself either. It would have been like tragic. And even if they would have had Jamie come back in the last second, but maybe after she like poisoned herself or something like
pull
that.
a Romeo
like,
and Juliet.
Totally. It would have been super romantic. Sorry. You know, but I love Romeo.
Don't be sorry. Like, I agree with you. I agree with you with that. That they could have did something with
I don't
that,
know if it's cheesy, but yeah,
Jamie,
because that would have even like given more to Jamie's character, because we're all sort of like angry with him, disappointed in him for leaving Brienne, which I don't know if that'll all play out in this, you know, in the books the same way. I don't think so at this point, but that would have given like some complexity to him going back to her, and it would be something that even like mild, you know, people who aren't really into literature and that kind of thing, everybody knows Romeo and Juliet, so that would have been like something tangible for people to like, you know, relate that to.
John's throat's cut in the books. Did Satin cut it? No, it wasn't Satin. Was it fuck?
I think it was Bowen.
Bowen Marsh cut his throat.
Yeah.
In the books. And yeah, that didn't happen in the show. We got a little debate going on about that.
Is this happening in here?
But that's it. I didn't ask to put the After I swear I just read it. Maybe it didn't happen. I don't think it says he never felt the fourth knife, only the cold. Oh no, I have to check back that. But I do remember it. I just read it not that long ago.
His throat was like the first, I want to say one of the first things that gets cut. And it's not super deep. It's not like his throat was cut. I think it's just like a gash, but it still happens.
Oh shit.
I think it could be enough to like take his voice, because that's one theory that I really like, is that maybe he can't speak going forward, and then we might get like with his POV chapters, or maybe he won't have POV chapters going forward because he doesn't have a voice anymore. That's one of my favorite theories out there. I mean, that's what you guys are discussing. I'm just kind of like talking out of my ass over here.
Oh, that might have been James Franco. Yeah, Jamie to kill her. That seems more likely in the books. Oh, you can't hear me. They can hear me. Jamie to kill her, Dorna Swinch. That seems more likely in the books, and I guess that's not what the stream is about. Matter of fact,
we've kind of gone off on a tangent here with this.
We don't have any more news, but we
can talk about this all day.
We could, me and you could, but we're gonna do a season 8 podcast. I'm gonna see if I can get everybody from the Geek Folk 1 mods in there on it with us, and we'll kind of give our thoughts. This will be like a therapy session for us, because we're waiting on new material. We're waiting on this story we love to actually be fixed or continued, and I'm down for putting a podcast out. It ain't nothing, and I'll even make a little funny slideshow with it, so y'all enjoy watching it, and we'll make it a premiere, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I guess we'll kind of get the hell out of here. I do want to keep talking about this stuff, but whatever. We've already been on for an hour and 45 minutes. By the time we get off here, it'll be about 2 hours. So, anybody got time for that? What you got to say there, Steve?
Oh, I think you've covered everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just want to put it out there though. We are looking for a logo for Geek Folk 1. If anyone would like to create a logo,
yeah, I don't know why I haven't.
That would be fantastic.
I might mess around with something, but people, please, I put my email in the account. My email is also on my channel. You can find it straight there. Stalk me, send me spam. If you're a Nigerian prince, check me out. That's what's up. But yeah, the Geek Folk 1 banner. Let's get us a logo, guys. We need a logo for the free folk. Not the free folk, but the non-kneelers. That's what we need.
We can't have tacky merch without a logo.
That's right. We cannot have super tacky merch without a logo.
We need
Tell you
that
what, I'm
tacky
gonna make a
merch.
shirt with just a picture of a dog turd on there, a white one that has been like, ravaged by time a little bit and it's about to blow away in the wind. One of
It could
those.
say Mad Shatter on it.
Yeah, it'd be like $95 a t-shirt. But since
Shit,
Joanna's not
dude.
here and can't plug her ravioli, Braavosi Broadcast, aka Fake Aria, tell everybody where they can find you, and then I'm gonna play some music and show off my patrons, and we'll slowly get out of here.
My channel is Braavosi Broadcast. So you can come and check it out, hear me ramble on about some everything, and make recipes from the story. So come check it out. I've been kind of working on an essay this morning, so hopefully I can get my life together and get some new content out for you guys because it's been a couple months. So
Yeah, get your
But
life
go check
together.
out
What
my
the
old
hell's
stuff.
wrong with you?
I know, wasting time. No, I got children, so they suck the life out of me. So, but I think I've got this new thing with Theon that I'm working on. So it might even be a series. So I've got a lot to say about Theon, and I never really thought that would be the case, but guess it is. So come check it out.
Check out the What You Gonna Do Jaren Part 2. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, and that we did the other day, and then Johnny and I are gonna start our chronic chronicles of Fire and Blood.
Where we get
And-
really high and talk about Fire and Blood. I think we need to make that a thing, actually.
Actually, that might need to be part of
Yeah,
it.
I think that
So-
needs to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean,
don't
fire.
get actually high. That's just for entertainment.
It's yeah. I do.
You
So-
can't get high in Alabama. I don't know.
Yeah, well-
Their security is too tough around here.
I'm a rule breaker, so I
I'm
don't give
such
a fuck.
Joanna is just fresh from a nap.
Hi.
Just kidding. We are getting out of here, though. Would you like to say bye to everyone?
Wait, Joanna needs to tell us about the Bad Moms because that is
Oh,
happening in
yeah.
a couple
Well,
days.
yes. Promote your shit. And Steve, mute for us real quick. Everybody mute. Everybody.
Okay. So we actually are like officially have a date now. I know I've given dates like 6 times. You know, there's stuff going on that we have to and on WLINY. October 14th, we're going to be on YouTube and Facebook Live. And I will share the videos. I mean, a lot of it's going to be, parenting related, bad moms related, which basically just means we're moms that like still live our best lives. We still have fun. We still go out. We party hard. We party hard for old ladies with kids, I mean, some of these girls are like
I got them
26.
mom
I'm not,
dicks.
but
From what I
yes.
hear.
Yeah. Yes. Seriously, we went out last night and my friend had on a latex bodysuit. I'm not even latex. And she pulled it off too. She did. She really did. So yeah, we're gonna be talking a half hour about our bad mom stuff, our group stuff, and we're gonna make jokes. It's gonna be funny. It's mostly a comedy. So everybody should tune in and we'll spoof ourselves because we're silly and blonde and we have dumb accents and it's gonna be funny. I think you guys are gonna like it. I'm really excited about it. Our producer's good too, so I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna look legit,
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be pretty hilarious. You do have a very good comments sometimes when you're talking about stuff I'm interested in. But I am just
I know.
a basic dude that's but no, I really do like your insight on something. It's kind of a refreshing take sometimes, honestly. You are a child, Aaron.
I know. I'm a little bit different. My views about a lot of Game of Thrones is one of my only fandoms, and fucking Twilight. Like I loved Twilight. I was really into Twilight. I like Harry Potter a lot.
Yes.
You got 2 friends on the panel here.
Twilight and
Yay.
Hanson. You know what? You're basically
And
my best
Hanson.
friend, Joanna.
Seriously, Hanson's coming to my town in December.
Lucky.
Hell no.
Yes.
Tell that girl that's
Yes,
the
and I
lead
know
singer
both
to
of
give
their
me
cousins.
an autograph.
I'm gonna
They
get backstage
all
'cause I
are the
know
lead
one of Nicole
singers,
knows my cousin.
Johnny, and they're all boys. And if you're referring to Taylor, he's the most manly one. Look at
He is.
the fact that he has
God.
like 8 children.
Yeah,
His
he
sperm
was
is
married. He's been
potent.
married
That just confirms
to
his.
that girl since he was like 19.
That doesn't mean anything.
See what this stream has become.
Yeah, but
Listen, it's no secret that I like guys that look like girls. It's just the thing that I have. Can't help it, guys. Can't help it. I like guy
well, I
looks.
mean, you know,
Does something for me.
I guess the best. I guess the best business plan for me is start wearing a wig.
I don't need the eyeliner, but I can't deny that a man with long hair, there's something about it. Okay, sorry.
I don't know. When you're starting to go bald, it looks bad. I can send you a picture from about a year ago when I had hair down to my shoulders. I don't know. But I can't pull it off no more. Oh, yeah.
I need to see this, Johnny.
I know. I need to see it too now.
Yeah.
Oh, I look like a homeless dude.
Yeah, it's not about homeless dude hair though. It's not. It's about like, you know, perfectly highlighted, side parted, or even like dyed jet black.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need
People
all that.
jealous
I
of
like
my hair.
more like
No.
the hippie. I don't mind homeless man hair. I mean,
No,
except on a homeless guy, but like on a
It's
clean
not
guy.
dreadlocks or anything.
All right,
It's
I'll
just
take
normal
it.
hair.
I'm to New York. You'll step on homeless people all the time. They're everywhere. Sleeping on mattresses. You pay $35 for a cocktail and you trip on somebody on the street. That's New York City for you.
Exactly. And you may even step in a pile of human shit if you're lucky.
Yeah. Oh my God. We don't have that as bad as they do in the West, from what I hear, but you still got to be careful.
San Francisco here is
Yeah.
very hygienic.
Yeah.
Oh, not Arizona, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of homeless people here because people can live outside year round, but boy, everything about them is just brown and like it's just all tan. Just their hair is bleached. It's all like the same color. Their clothes are like bleached from the sun. Their hair is bleached from the sun, but their skin is like leathery tan. And they're disgusting.
Alba wants to know. She has an important question. Is Steve still alive? Steve, are you still alive? And I know I told you we're getting out of here. We really are.
Barely.
Alright, so it's really late for Steve, so we're going to go ahead and get out
Well,
of
it's
here.
11 p.m.
So it's really late for Steve. He's old as fuck. He's really old. No, it's no, we're gonna get out of here. We've been on here about what? We've been on here about 2 hours. I think it's good. I'll tell all my patrons what's up. I appreciate y'all coming out. It's been really, really fun. The hot chick, yeah. You're killing me here. But yeah, I gotta say, Amy, true. Anime lover Nicole. What'd you say to me? Don't you be yelling at me, Joanna.
Who's the hot chick?
Who's the hot chick? It's a movie. It's where Rob Schneider, his body gets switched with the chick from like fucking Sherlock Holmes, the movie. What's her fucking name? Anyways, Rob Schneider gets switched.
I don't know that movie.
Switched with a chick. You should see it. It's pretty funny. It's one of your classic Happy Madisons. It's pretty old.
That's tonight.
No comment from everybody else. But Amy True, Anime Lover Nicole, Bobbi Catalano, Katrin Cronin. I'm not meaning to say these like question marks. Catherine Harding, Clarissa Thompson, Dark Mother, John St. Baptiste, Casey of House Lorebridge, Katrin C, from my point of view. Matter of fact, Casey is going to be on the channel soon, and Katrin C is going to be on the channel soon, so be on the lookout for those two black hearts. And I don't mean that bad, in a bad way. Nancy T, Sauntevia Major, some asshole who I just cannot fucking stand, Ste Yorke, and the podcastat.com. Yeah, go check out the podcast that drinks and knows, the podcast that floats down here, and the podcast that is a Harry Potter and has a fucking birthmark of a lightning bolt in the middle of their forehead. I don't think that's the last one, but just check out the podcast .com. Who didn't salute? Who's the? Wait, oh, hey, Steve. I think you got some people to take care of in the chat. Alba says your internet wife. You forgot to salute her.
Oh, we have to do a shout out to the mods of Geek Folk, don't we? Oh, we really do.
We do.
Thanks for joining us tonight as well, Joanna. Yeah,
I have no idea what you said.
Pardon?
He said thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. I didn't know this was happening, so I would have put more effort into it next time.
Hey, 2 weeks from now, you'll be ready.
You are joining us for our conspiracy one, aren't you?
I'll call my makeup artist.
You gotta think Sarah Shoddy, right? You gotta think
We've
Alba
got to shout out
Papola.
Sarah. We've got to shout out Alba. We've got to shout out Timmy.
Tim F. That
Geek
guy.
Folk guys, the Geek Folk one mod. He has to have a shout out, even though it's quiet as fuck. It's Tim Eve anyway.
It is
I know it's
Tim
Eve. You know what's hilarious about it? I had a talk with him, and I think he. I started making funny jokes about the Eve thing, and I'm sorry, Tim, but I think you liked it. So if you do, give me your number. Let's go on a
on-air
date.
argument about it. About that is Tim
Really,
Eve.
it's definitely Eve, but I always pronounce it F only because fucking that's how everybody pronounces it, and I keep forgetting to say Eve. And then he started talking about how it's I don't know the funny ways you can say Tim Eve. Anyways, we can get into that another time. But Tim's the man. Tim's the man. And Alba is pretty damn cool. She got to get on here.
Alba
Sarah,
is amazing.
you got to calm down, Sarah. You got to get your ass on here. You don't got to come on camera. But we need to talk to you, okay? We need to prove that
Yes,
you're actually
Sarah.
human and not
Join us.
a fucking bot. I don't believe it. All right, so I'm going to play music and we're getting the fuck out of here. What do you guys think? I don't think you have a choice in the matter. It's my fucking channel.
Bye, guys.
Is this where we have to just talk shit over the music?
I mean, yeah, you can talk. Like, the music's playing right now. I don't know if I can hear it.
I can't hear no music.
I'll let y'all know when we're off.
Oh, I said that. Don't shout it out. Big shout out to all the people that decided to shoot me for the name Geek Folk. That's brilliant.
For all the people
Wow.
that could have made legit giveaways.
Pouring the drink
Just to get
out for those
attention.
homies.
Peace, y'all. See you on the next one.